Hi, this is Jim from What Visuals. I'm here with Jim Vines on the right and Carl Mercurio on the left, whose new show coming up soon, the Broadway Magic Hour, is premiering in New York City on August 3rd. And let's just hear, how did this whole show come about?
Well, Carl and I first met during the Magic at Coney days several years ago, and we were performing there together, and we really hit it off. And even though our styles are quite different and complementary is kind of what we think of it as, we thought that maybe we should get together and try to perform together and see how it goes. But it was actually several years later that we actually started doing that. At the North Fork Community Theater out in Long Island. We sold out four shows there, family shows, and everyone really seemed to like the chemistry that we had on stage, and so we wanted to expand it, keep doing more of it, and then we got booked at Mohunk Mountain House up in upstate New York, and then this thing with the Broadway Comedy Club came along. So we're on a roll. What can I say? We're excited about it.
It's great, it's great. And Carl, what's your
Yeah, and
story?
our thinking was, I mean, there's a ton of magic shows in New York City now, and they're all great. They're all wonderful shows, but they're really geared toward adults and sophisticated. Some of them are edgy. They're built for an adult crowd. We really wanted to approach it as, hey, we're going to have a family show, ages 6 to 96. Bring the family, grandma, grandpa, the kids, and it'll be a fun day out, a fun afternoon in New York City. So that's really the market we're targeting, the sort of target audience.
Nice. When you talk about the magic in the show, what techniques magic conventions would you say would be included in the show?
Well,
Well, not only
As Jim said, our styles are very complementary. I focus a lot on comedy. I'm kind of goofy. I do a lot of jokes. The magic is strong, it's very good magic, but the focus, the presentation is very comical in nature. Jim is, magic is an art, and he's there to amaze you, and he does a great job of that. So I think just sort of globally, that's where we come at it, and we complement each other very well because of that.
Nice, nice. And you have mind reading and card manipulation and all those great conventions in the show, from what I understand.
And Jim, we even have grand illusions as well, which is amazing because for Carl and I, neither one of us had done really much grand illusion in our lives until we started doing we did a show at the North Fork Community Theater, and we got a Blaney, excuse me, not the Blaney. This was the Wakeling sawing, and we rehearsed it. We got it ready, and when we did it, the audience response was so huge that when the curtains closed and we went backstage, we both look at each other and we go, "Oh my gosh, I really believe in grand illusions now."
What have we been missing our whole lives?
Right.
That's cool. It's a,
And we did the Wakeling sawing, Jim. I think it's fair to say we did it pretty much as it's described in the Jim Steinmeier book.
Right.
You know,
Well,
with
I remember you reached out to Steinmeier and said, do you have any tips for us on that? And he goes, what did he say? Something like you deviate from the original presentation at your peril or something.
That's exactly, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what he said. So we kind of took that advice and just basically used as it's written up. Now, again, we have a kind of goofy, dad joke approach to all this. So, that's how we made it our own. But
We've got the operating gowns and the blood stain, and we've got all sorts of stuff that we've added to it. But the method and all of that kind of stuff is exactly the original. Yeah.
Yeah, the core routine is the one written up in the Steinmeier book, which is a great routine. And yeah, as Jim said, I was just, first of all, it's a tremendous amount of fun to perform, but the audience reaction was just unbelievable. It was just great.
so the show is definitely directed to families. That's your intention, right?
Yes,
Which
yes,
is
it is.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's a wonderful thing because there is a lack of family-oriented magic shows in New York. So
That's what we figured.
really good.
I mean, there's a lot of magicians that are just fantastic magicians. There's no other way to put it. And we didn't want to throw up ourselves yet on top of that into the mix. So we figured we'd try a different niche.
That sounds cool. So it's the Broadway Magic Hour with Jim Vines and Carl Mercurio on August 3rd at 2:30 Be there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Broadway
Thank you.
Comedy Club. What is that? 53rd?
53rd Street, correct.
53rd Street in
53rd
Manhattan,
Street in
exactly.
Manhattan.
West 53rd.
Yeah.
I'll have all
Yeah,
that
be there.
information. I'll have all that information below this interview with the link to the tickets. Anybody can just pop in there and get their tickets for the show. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Jim.
Take care. Have a nice weekend.
You too, guys.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.